So, in the past few weeks, when September arrived, literally everyone on social media started posting about their beautiful pictures and videos of fall. And who doesn't love to see that, right? I love to see that, so I'm excited. But in reality, the places where we live at, most likely fall comes in like middle of October. That's when everything gets beautiful, and until the end of October. When people start to do that in September, and I know some people they are honest about this, this place in Canada will look like this in a few weeks, or this place in New York will look like this in 3. Fine, that is still honest. But for the past 3 weeks, I'm seeing like yellow red leaves everywhere and all those beautiful fall-esque reels, and that has skewed my way of thinking a bit. I'm thinking about authenticity and honesty on social media, and I'm realizing you just can't win if you are completely honest on any platform, because most people like you and I would just like to appreciate and enjoy fall the way it comes. Like, only one tree is yellow right now, everything else is almost green. So it comes in stages, fall doesn't always come in like one big swoosh, and if it does, it's usually in the later weeks of October. So people starting to do that in September already, like 1.5 months ago, that's nice, sort of. It shows excitement, but it skews your way of thinking, because if you want to enjoy fall, it's almost like the best parts have already happened, right? By the time you get to October, you already saw the best things in September. I know those clips were from last year, but doesn't that sort of infuriate you? Because after a point, it's like, I get it, I do, but can you just be honest about what you did today or last week, and not bombard us with so many clips from fall from last year? And that got me thinking, a lot of us, we either think in a scale of a few months or a year, or a few years even. What is my 5-year plan? What is my 10-year plan? And I also listened to this podcast yesterday, Stairmaster at the gym. Usually I just raw dog it. I don't have anything in my ears in the gym because it's loud enough already and people are dropping weight. So the parts that I'm listening to cut off anyway, and I'd have to have it at the highest volume, which I don't want. So I've been raw dogging things at the gym, and yesterday I was listening to this podcast, and the guy, he did mention, he was asked, well, how do you handle the 5-year plan or the 10-year plan? And he's like, the thing is, thinking about a 5-year plan might be limiting to me, because my job is just to do the best in these 24 hours. So the scale at which we think, reframing it to think it just in the next 24 hours, can make a huge difference, because then you don't obsess over the future. And I know we always obsess and think about the future, like what if this, what if that, and that's especially where anxiety comes from. But when you're in the later stages of life and you've gotten through some pretty dark things, you have that confidence, like, you know what, I'm an improviser, I can do this, the worst things could happen to me, and you know what, maybe, just maybe, I will be okay. I won't maybe be the best if I lose my loved ones, but that's, let's not go there. That sort of brought me back to I just want to enjoy this right now as it is. This is quite pretty right now. I just want to enjoy the next 24 hours if I can, because I have spent my whole life thinking of 5 years from now or 2 years from now, and that takes up a lot of your time in a day. I don't want to be compelled to think of it, Can we not always obsess over 5-year plans? That's clearly, after COVID, we all saw that we can't really plan out our lives. And with the current economic climates and other climates, we can't plan anything. And anyway, I do have that bad habit of scrolling, which has reduced a bit these days, but still, you can't eliminate scrolling altogether. And I'm seeing all these fall reels, and it's like nothing is authentic, nothing is honest. Honesty doesn't get you anywhere, or it doesn't win you anything on social media. or any platform, I guess. So that whole concept of reframing, thinking in just the next 24 hours or the next day if you're going to plan a trip or something, it doesn't work when you are constantly scrolling. Like, yes, looking at fall reels is therapeutic and it gives you ideas, but and if you live especially in the tropical lands where you don't have much fall, I grew up in a tropical country, so fall was not really a concept until I came to the colder countries. And then I realized, like, this is me, like, I'm supposed to live in Scotland. But it's so misleading because some people in September there were so many fall reels posted and people were already talking about Christmas and decorating their rooms for Christmas. Like, are you kidding me? It's September. Can we just enjoy things and seasons and time as it comes by and not have to make a big deal of preponing everything? Because it is influential. Of course, it's, my fault if I scroll too much and I shouldn't get influenced by it. But like, that's not how social media works. It is designed for you to scroll. It is designed for people to connect with each other. And this whole surge of not posting things the way they are. I'm not naive. I know that honesty is not big on social media, but still, like, it's just the trees. Can you appreciate the trees for how they are right now and not make it into like, oh, it has to be yellow and red to be pretty? Yes, it does. It's yellow and red is very pretty, but like, fall is slow and then all at once. Oh my gosh, like, didn't John Green write that? You fall asleep slowly and then all at once, and that's also how you fall in love, first slowly and then all at once. And that's how fall is. Like, can we not appreciate that quality? Like, the entirety of September can be just us, wrapped up in our blankets and watching twilights and prepare for the moody weather. But seriously, the appreciation of these things needs to be slow. This is nature. They haven't, made chips that transcend Moore's law yet. Like, it's not that kind of an achievement. This is nature. It is slow. I hope that I can stay true to the seasons as they are and not, like, I don't want to become the thing that I am kind of talking shit about, But walking through, like, the Vibe With Me section, it encourages me to just blurt out what I'm thinking, stream of consciousness. And that forces me to slow down. Like, my mind races a lot. In fact, a lot of us, the way society and technology is designed, our mind races quite a bit. So telling our story or vibing with each other forces us to slow down, which is what I'm doing right now, vibing with you. And you know what, my hand is starting to ache, so like, let's go.